I just knocked something off the table. This is what happens. This is what happens when you do things the other way around from how you usually do them. Everything goes down the drain. But anyway, enough about me. Sorry. I was approached by Catherine. And Catherine said, a while ago you did a review of some optique paper and we rather liked it. And we was wondering if you would want to be willing to do a review of some new products. Now actually she did not say was willing. She actually said, would you like to check these products out? And I said yes. Now the fun thing is, these products are geared towards students, and that to me is particularly interesting as I teach psychology. So I'm very excited actually about these products. The products are launched under the brand Hamelin, French, okay, Hamelin. And this brand has been around for a while, 1864, so 4 years before the Meiji Restoration, in which the samurai class was abolished in Japan. And I always find that interesting. If you look at things in that perspective, imagine what was going on in the world at that time. Now, these products have so many cool features, I barely know where to start. Usually when I do paper reviews, I just point the camera down and I record that. But these notebooks are rather large. They are letter size, so I don't really want to do that. So I will, of course, obviously do a writing sample. How can I do a paper review without one? Just want to talk a little bit about the product. So let's dive straight in. So these products, right, these Hamelin notebooks, rather nice, come with the optique paper, and it says here, thick, ink won't bleed through, ultra smooth, crisp white. Exactly what it is. I found optique paper, it's a special type of cover, I think, like, sorry, a coating they do, I think. Very, very fountain pen friendly, and indeed super smooth and pretty much no bleeding. So that is very nice. You get 150 pages in this notebook. They come in different colors. They refer to it as a notebook. You could also call it a notepad, but I'm gonna stick with notebook. Spiral bound, as you can see, so you can open this completely, which to students might be a nice thing because sometimes you have those tiny little tables you have to work on, so you can actually reduce the surface of this notebook. Spiral bound comes pre-punched, so you have 3 holes. That's lovely too. If you want to put your stuff in a binder afterwards when you've taken notes, you can do that. Then there's a whole bunch of stickers which you can put on to mark several different courses you're taking, whatever. There is a little part to put your name on, which I think is great too. Should you happen to lose one in your classroom, someone can return it to you. Then there is a little pocket. You can put some loose leaf paper in, and then you have the paper, which indeed is incredibly smooth. It's very, very nice. Now you ask, what's all this then? Is that abstract art, mate? No, that is something really cool that I'll come back to in a second. But first I want to show you some other stuff. So for this particular one, this is a 1-course notebook. This one has 150 pages. That is 75 sheets. But as you can write on both sides, you get 150 pages basically, right? So this is the 1 course, right? And then there is a 3 course. And then there is also a small, I wrote this down because I knew I was going to forget this. So there's 1 and 3 course subject, so 1 to 3 subject college ruled. So that's what I've just shown you, right? College ruled, that is these lines. And then there is also a 1 subject quad ruled, which I think has, if I remember correctly, it's 4 squares per inch. And then there is a smaller format, college ruled, which is also useful if you want a slightly smaller notebook. And just to give you an idea, on this handout they sent me, you can see the larger size and the smaller sizes. So that is not bad at all. Okay, then what I wanted to show you was this blue one. This actually is a 3 course. So again, you get all the stickers, but now you get these are 180 pages, 90 sheets. You get 30 sheets, and then you get to this tab, which has another one of those folding pockets. Then you open that, and you get another 30 sheets. And then you get another tab, and then you get the final 30 sheets. So all of that I think is rather cool. If you want to use this for multiple courses you're taking, you can take notes in the same notebook for 3 different courses. My God, that's a massive cup. Yes, well, I'm in North America now. Okay, so there is that. Now, here is something that I find particularly cool about these things. And I actually gave that some thought because at first I wasn't sure, but then I thought, you know what, this kind of makes sense. These notebooks are compatible with what they call the SCRIBZEE app. So that's Scrib as in scribe, SCRIBZEE. It seems to be a combination of Scribble and Yahtzee. Not necessarily a bad thing. And this app is pretty cool. It is a free app. I have downloaded it, I've played around with it, and that is where these little things come into play. This app pretty much allows you to take a picture of your notes and then store it in the Oxford, which is, I think, the mother brand that makes all these products, the Oxford Cloud. And this is actually not bad because that means that you can access your notes anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection. That also means you don't have to carry around heavy notebooks all the time if you just want to go to the library to study because you have all your notes digitally. Now you say, how revolutionary is that? I mean, can't I just take a picture with my phone and then put it on whatever, Dropbox or something and access it everywhere? Of course, yes, you can, of course. However, this SCRIBZEE app actually has a cool feature where it uses these markers. So when you take a picture with your phone, it looks for those markers, tells you to sort of to position your phone. There's a little sort of rectangle that you have, and then you actually take a picture where you make sure that everything is in full view. Small feature, but I think it is quite cool. So I really rather like that. And I was a bit skeptical because of what I just said. I thought, well, yeah, well, Dropbox, whatever. Actually, not bad. So I don't think that's particularly bad at all. I rather like that. Let me see what else I wrote down. I will do my likes and dislikes when I have done the writing sample, but the one subject notebook is $8.99 US, so about $9, and that's 150 pages, and given that that's 150 pages of actually really excellent paper, I don't think that price is too terrible. So I'm actually quite enthusiastic. I've talked you through all the features. I think what we need to do now is see the notebook in action, and then I'll come back and I'll give you some likes and dislikes. Let's get started. Okay, so I had to make do a little bit because this is such a massive notebook. I couldn't really set up my camera any way that really made sense. But let's look at this Optique Papier. So I'm starting with a Conate king size and a fine nib, so I'm just going to put down F for fine there. This is a pen you could use, right? I don't know what that statement meant. This is a nib that you could use over the lazy dog, right? And of course we're going to look at bleeding later. Let's see what else we have. This is a pretty wet nib. This would be a broad. This is a Yarda lead Viceroy Standard. I kind of focus on broader nibs here, and the reason is that if a really wet broad nib does well on this paper, then a drier medium nib will do as well, right? Here we have a Pelikan M1005 Stresemann. This is a broad nib too. The ink, the inks, yeah, this was Ackermann Delft Blau. This is Waterman Blue Black. This is Waterman Serenity Blue. And one of the things I love is there is so much space on this paper, beautiful size. So if you are taking notes, there really is a lot of opportunity for you to write down a lot of stuff. Okay, then we have a very nice wet broad nib here on the Namiki Yukari Royale. This pen is not my property, wish it was. Also Delft Blau ink. Lovely wet nib, it's very pleasant. Shall we do something fun here? Danitrio Mikado, let's open this valve all the way. Here we have a stub. And the ink is Iroshizuku Tsutsuji. Okay, now what I want to see is the other side of this paper. First of all, let me zoom in as much as I can and see if it still focuses. A little bit of trouble. No, okay, I have to zoom out a bit. I don't know about you, I don't see any feathering. So that part seems pretty good. Now what I want to see is the other side of the paper. And I don't know about you, but I don't see any bleed through at all. I barely even see any show through. You see the tiny bit here and there that there was writing on the other side of the page, but really not that much. So I love this paper. I think it is excellent, and oops, sorry for the noise. And given the price, I think that's really not that bad. Look at the bright intense red, probably my favorite color. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about what I like about this paper, what I not like so much about this paper. Okay, what do I like about this Hamelin notebook? Well, to be fair, there isn't that much I don't like. I was really looking to find things that I do not appreciate, but there isn't much. So, what do I like? I think the price is right. Again, one subject, $8.99 US. For 150 pages of really nice paper. I don't think that's bad at all. The paper is great. As I've shown you, the paper is good, and I've let that ink dry for quite a while. And look, there is really no feathering, so that really is quite cool. What you do see a little bit, and that is the one thing I'm going to mention as a negative, is that these lines on the paper could be a little bit aggressive depending on the type of ink you use. If you look at this quick, for example, you see that the line is visible through the ink. That's it. There is nothing else I don't love about the paper in these notebooks, so I'm sorry. That's the only thing I could come up with, and obviously I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker to anyone. So the price is right. The paper is excellent. It's a hardback, and I think for students that is very convenient. Sometimes you have those small little tables, but sometimes you have to sit in the front row of the classroom, you don't have a table, what do? Well, you just fold this over, and it's very solid. I can't even fold this in half, so, well, I mean I could, but I don't, it's solid. It's a little table in itself, and you can put that on one knee and you can write, and there is no issue. There's also a lot of space. It's a spacious amount of paper. There's a lot of room to put your notes in. I love that. It is pre-punched, as I said, so that is great. And it's perforated as well, so you can very easily tear out these pages. You don't have to do anything. It's easy, it won't tear off. It's spiral bound, so you can completely rotate it, which is great. To save space, you get the little divider with the pocket, and if you have the 3-course or the 3-subject notebook, of course you have 2 of those to create 3 divisions in your notebook. There are several colors available. The red I really love. It's a very nice, intense, bright and happy red. And then there is the app, which you can download for free, which allows you to scan your pages and save it in a cloud. I'm sorry, I've really been racking my brain with R-A-C-K-I-N-G, not W-R-A-C-K-I-N-G, racking my brain about what to comment negatively on. And I can't find anything. I think it's a superb package. I really wish I could say I hate this or that about it, but I don't. And especially to students, I think this would be a great investment. I love it. It's just the way it is, and that's how I'm going to leave it, because it's just nothing I really dislike. Okay, a kind thank you to Catherine for sending this over. I really appreciate it. Guys, I hope this was useful. If you have used these, there is something you dislike, then by all means let me know in a comment, but I seriously couldn't think of anything. Hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.